Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. We'll call the Environmental Services Committee meeting to order for July the 8th. Those are just two plants at the end that are visiting and will be gone later.
They've been moved around today. They're blocking people's views.
Yes, yeah. Any pecuniary interest, Mayor Hand?
No.
None. The prior meeting minutes were approved already at the council meeting. We do have the task list attached. Any questions related to the task list or any updates?
It's gonna go. Geez.
My only question was, for a long time, the private fire hydrant bylaw was on here and now it's gone. Did that get completed or? Remember, we're gonna do a bylaw about hydrants on private property.
But what expectation?
I thought you guys were gonna
been done.
prepare one or something or review it.
Yeah, I'll have
We
to
sent notices out a couple of years ago to
tell people what their expectations
what the
were.
expectations are, so they're supposed to. And I just went over this with Doug and them the other day.
You just wanna move your mic around a little bit? Yeah, thank you.
They're so I think private hydrant owners are required to have their hydrants serviced, maintained, and operated by a private company. The reports are to go to the fire department for review and filed up at the office as well.
But it used to be a task list item that you were gonna either draft or update the bylaws.
That was the like the actual water and wastewater bylaws.
I remember saying specifically fire hydrants. Maybe you can just look back into old task list, Jim, and see if it's there, because
We can try.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what capability we
Okay.
have, but
anything from you, Mayor Hand on?
No.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So we'll receive and file that. Anything highlighted from your monthly report? Oh, the health and safety first, anything from there, Mayor Hand, questions or?
I didn't see anything
Okay.
new on those reports, like things that we are already aware of that are being addressed.
Okay,
So
we'll receive and file
I
that.
didn't see anything that was new.
Okay, Jay, any highlights from your monthly report you'd like to share
The only
publicly?
thing would be, we did get confirmation back from the Environment Canada. And they would like to, Jim gave them the option to present.
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks.
Okay.
So they are gonna do a short presentation on the sampling program that they're asking to do at the wastewater treatment plant.
Okay,
Other than that, there's just a continuation of all the other ongoing issues, projects and stuff at the plant.
We'll call them opportunities.
is that similar to the program they were running through COVID when they were checking estimates?
No, this one,
Where they were levels?
they're doing multiple parameters,
Okay.
so I think they're
Okay,
doing everything from pharmaceuticals right to.
okay, but it was a similar idea.
Could be, they grabbed some samples, this is.
Yeah, back then they were just monitoring for COVID.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
this is,
But
it's
the same
similar,
idea, like
but-
you check it and you can measure, take these measurements.
yeah, it's an ongoing, from my understanding, it's minimum 5 years. They've
Okay.
been doing this program for about 5 years. They reached out to the Sarnia sewage treatment plant, and when they were looking into the areas, they realized.
That
We
we
never-
existed.
So, like I said, I don't have a lot of detail
Okay.
because I haven't seen the presentation either, so.
Okay, well, we'll see it soon.
that would be-
Okay.
That's everything.
Thanks so much for that update. And I guess we should note that in your report, the St. Clair Street project's moving forward and going
Yeah,
as well as can be expected along with
Yeah.
Michigan. Yeah.
we're doing we started water commissioning in Maine today. I was hoping to have it done by Friday, but that looks like Monday or first thing Tuesday. As well, we should be over on the new water main.
That's all the water main.
That's all
That's
water main.
water main done.
From end to end, we'll be all on the new water main.
By next week.
By the end of next week, we're hoping to have all the sanitary done. Connection done as well. So underground should be done by the end of next week.
Wow.
I think it as well.
That's a big step.
Yeah.
Now, there'll be camera work done after they kind of build the base of the road.
Yeah.
Then we camera everything again to make sure there's no damages caused to
From all
the.
the action vibration, we want to make sure that none of the concrete pipe gets damaged through that, but that'll be, it's about to dig the hole in the base of the deal and then just with the asphalt. We'll get it flushed in camera just to make sure there's no damage.
Like, that's what happened on phase 4. It seemed like the road was all done. And then we had to dig it up because after it was done, you check, we
Mhm.
found an issue. So the same, you think it's all done, but it might not be. You might find an issue.
Wonderful, thank you for that. That's some good news, so. So we'll receive and file your report, and thank you for submitting it. Next one is the financial statements. Any questions, comments, concerns, Mary?
No,
No, okay, that's all good. Any other new business, anybody?
no, just one thing that we talked about in the other meetings this morning was to start thinking ahead about, next year's capital, because we're moving the date forward. So, over the summer, be thinking about it, because what would be September? Around
Like-
would be the gathering time?
I would think
Potentially.
that stuff will start to be.
Mike, actually,
Okay,
Mike, Jane, and myself.
All right, you've already talked about
We
it.
need to start to get the major capital project meetings back up and going here.
okay,
And basically, we're gonna have to, the departments are gonna have to start having their quotes and stuff coming in. Couple, we're all 2-3 months in to get the budget built before we start presenting to council, so. We have been talking
okay.
amongst ourselves. about
Everybody's
getting
aware.
things rolling, because it's coming quick.
Well, as I said, by the time you get into the summer, then all of a sudden, then it'll be September. And
It'll make this year a little more difficult,
Mhm.
but future years, once you get on that new timeline, it'll be fine. But this year, yeah, like, because you just it must feel like just yesterday you,
Just getting started.
Yeah.
Well, and then working on the road.
because it was late March when we finally gave you the go ahead on a lot of the capital. Now we're saying, okay, what do you want to buy now? Right, so,
And they're consumed with the road project and, yeah.
okay. Thank you. Our next meeting will be September the 9th, 2025 at 1 PM in these chambers.
See, speaking of September.
Yeah. Yeah, when you bring your capital budget,
Yeah.
right? And we motion to adjourn then?
I'll move.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Jay.